So what is up everyone? This should be part 3 of my server project of the Xserve raid. So now this is the time where a lot of the hardware stuff is going to happen. Firstly, as you have seen in the last part, we removed all of the stuffs in here. Off camera I did put out a lot of screws around of the sides here. So what you have to do next is just to push this forward, and then you can lift the entire back plate up, and we are looking well on the inside. The next step is to remove those things, and they won't be as easy as just unscrewing. Some of them are crimped in, and I have to remove the crimps to put the my stuff in here. This will be the sector where my motherboard and the PSU and all the RAID cards and stuff will go. And back here we see the motherboard backplane, which will connect the drive bays, which are lined in here. So we will connect our SATA cables through those pins, where there are a lot of them up here, and down there is a second row of them. We will see how we get on. Okay guys, what you can see here are the tools that I will be using to do the disassembly of the Xserve. At the left upper corner we have a standard wrench set. Then we have a lot of different files and some tweezers. So it will be quite a destructive disassembly, because it is crimped, a lot of the case is crimped together, and yes, I will show you that later. So let's have a look. Okay, what you can see here is the back plate. This I will use this heavily, especially those pin outs you can see here. These will be the connection between the motherboard and the hard drives, and I will hopefully be able to use all of the LEDs and reuse them and power them on, because they look quite cool. So now to the problem of disassembling this case. I hope you are able to see here. This is the type of connection that is used throughout the entire case. They put something around in there and crimp those things together. And now what I have to do is I have to remove all of those crimps, which are not that easy to do. But firstly I will remove the power button. Okay, now here you can see two of the buttons I'm planning to reuse. So there is the mute volume button and the problem button, and the other part is over on the other side, which you can see here. This is the power button. I'm planning to reuse those, and so first we have to disassemble them. So you pull out the cable first, and then you have to pay attention because they are sticking, the cables are with residue to the case, and now we have the cable. They do tend to have squishy gluey pads to glue the cables down. So the next thing is to remove the buttons. They are held in place by 2 screws. And out comes the button. So we should proceed on the other side as well. And out comes the power button. So the next step is to remove a lot of those studs. I firstly want to begin with those 3. Okay, now I have them removed. That was quite hard work, and I now have to set this plate 3 free. So we're gonna see how we continue. Okay guys, this isn't going as good as I would thought it would go. So I will need a little bit of a tool change to remove this. As you have seen, I've removed the little studs, but I'm not able to divide this panel from this. and so I will need a tool change. What I did in the meantime was putting out all of the all of this the rails where the cartridges slided in. They were quite easy, so you just had to compress those clips from the backside and then you could remove it. And now I have them all here. Yes, so I will see you again with a tool change. Okay, so after seeing that things didn't start as well as I thought, I did think about a new method, and this method works quite well. So what you take is a drill with a bit, and then you just go insert it from the outside. And bore it out. A little more. Now, there we go. Bam. Okay, there we have it. Now let's go to the other back side. Now this side should be finished as well. Let's have a look. Pop, pop, and pop. There we go. Okay, now let's have a look. Here. What do we have in here? Now let's continue from the underside. Okay, that should be finished. So that was a lot more hassle than I expected it to be, but finally, after a lot more of problematics, I'm now able to lift. No, I'm actually not. This part is free, but it is held together in here and here. Okay, this is the stage where I'm now. After a lot of hassle, the sides are away and the bottom is away too, but I can't get it out because in here and here it is still fixed. I can pull it out quite a bit, but I need to put those two away. Oh, finally it's out. That wasn't the easiest bit in this progress. So, and this thing weighs a ton. It's really hefty. Now let's bend them back. And there goes those two parts, and so now we are really empty. So guys, that was quite a lot more hassle to do than I expected it to be, but finally we have everything out and we are left just with the back plane. What you can see here are the two pairs of connectors. I believe the upper one, those pins belong to the boards over here, to the cartridges over here, and those pins belong to the cartridges over here. What you can see as well is those were the power connectors, the originals. they are proprietary to Apple, so they won't come handy and I won't be using them. Those are the connectors for the RAID cards. They will be the main connection points to my RAID controller. Over here in the middle, those are fan connectors. Up here, those two connectors were for the battery, which would power the unit when the power supplies went off. And this was the power connector, and this was the alarm connector. We will see what we can do with them. So that's for this part. The next part will be about my components sitting in there and having a first look on the configuration, how I like to have everything. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.